Nothing like it, folks. The All-Star festivities in the air. Kevin Harlan here with partners Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Tonight, the dunk contest. And from the looks of this great competition, it is shaping up just as we had hoped. It's going to have some high-flying action and some big-time jams.
Man, we've got so many great players in the dunk contest this year. Every one of them is capable of something special.
Yeah, and the dunks these guys perform in-game are incredible enough, guys. But I can't wait to see what they break out when they've actually had some time to choreograph and rehearse some of these dunks.
And here we go with John Collins. You know, you got to wonder here if he's looking to come out with something huge.
Well, I think we're going to find out soon enough. I've got a feeling he's been cooking up something pretty special.
I hope so.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. Again, you don't want to get behind the 8 ball, if you will, here early on. You want to be in that conversation as we start moving forward.
And now he's getting ready to launch. And
I'm anxious to see what he comes up with.
I'll tell you what, he came in flying, absolutely flying. And look how far that ball was back, Kevin. He was fully extended on the catch and then rocked it.
Oh, that one way back.
Rear back and rip it home. Second to the stage, looking to make an impression with his first dunk. Well, it's great to see him get in like that. It's a clean dunk. It's impressive enough. He's going to score well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he'll get good numbers.
Yes,
for
he
that
will.
one. Yeah.
Yes, he will.
Everything you want in that one.
Yep,
Elevation, degree of difficulty, and as you said, cleanly thrown down.
You said it earlier, Kevin. It's amazing the athleticism these guys are putting on display.
Very enjoyable. And here we go with Donovan Mitchell. Now our third contestant looking to move into first.
Wasn't, and scores will not be kind. Not to that.
Yeah, that's a fail.
That is ugly.
Yes.
Ugly. So it'll be Miles Bridges here. Adding cleanup, he's looking to close out the first round of dunks with a bang.
And now he's getting ready to launch. And
I'm anxious to see what he comes up with.
Wow,
oh, boy.
Around the legs, Kevin.
Oh, and a strong finish.
He starts with the left, takes it around into the right, around his legs while airborne, then throws it down.
To bring the legs up and together.
Yeah.
The ball from one side to the other.
Yeah.
And all in flight.
Yeah,
all in flight.
Yeah, you broke it down nicely.
Oh. Bridges has got a little bit of an edge early on. Plenty of dunks left for that to change.
Yeah, he'll want to push things next round, I think. Fans like him now. But he has to keep it going to receive their love.
One thing going for him, though, guys, he has now established the momentum here in the early going.
And here we go with John Collins. All right, Clark.
Was nasty. He went and got that, and then he had the scissor kick, and then took it down between the legs.
That is tough.
That's a double play. That's real nice there.
That's hard.
That's not 2 scoops of ice cream, but it is 1. It went down for 1.
We're back to number 2 in the order, getting ready for his second dunk. All right, here we go. Oh, well, we've got the same dunks in rotation now, I guess.
Yeah, I think a little more creativity clearly is in order here. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, let's see something new.
Ramp up the creativity, boys.
And here we go with Donovan Mitchell. I think Clark, he's really thinking about showing something special here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That That was nice. Went down between the legs, two hands, and then turned.
That's good.
Sideways, yeah. Sideways glide on the double pump.
I'm on that one.
Yeah, on the double pump reverse.
So it'll be Miles Bridges here. Last in the order. Once again, he's back in action.
Oh, that was pretty nice. Just didn't have the power, though. He could have gotten up on top of this ball, threw it, and then went underneath the goal while he was doing the little pirouette.
A little 360 double clutch.
That's still pretty nasty, though.
Sure it is.
But it wasn't clean. It was like dirty snow. It doesn't have the same beauty.
Bridges has got a very tight race here with three players all trying to come out on top.
Somebody's going to need to pull off something really special to get fans' approval here. They've raised the bar on themselves.
And a lot of times when you try to get special, you make mistakes. So let's keep an eye and see which one of these three ends up losing this competition.
And here we go with John Collins. And we're back to our... Final dunk for him, third from last of the night.
Here he comes. And just double clutched it here a little bit, Kevin. Let's get down around knee level.
Yeah, were you in the scrunch?
Yeah. He made himself kind of like an accordion here.
I'm scrunching.
And then extended,
Yeah, compacted and then extended.
You're an accordion, man. You can do that.
Yep.
And here we go with Donovan Mitchell. He's second to last, trying to keep that pressure on.
Double clutch, will rock the cradle off 2 feet.
Yeah.
Elevation was excellent. He was almost looking in the rim. And then the throwdown was on a 1 to 10. It was a 5 in power. So that that affected the dunk negatively in my mind.
I'm with you. So it'll be Miles Bridges here. He's got the honors of being the final dunker of the night. And here he comes with another one. Okay. All right.
You're going to do the self-toss, man. You got to. That's pretty good.
He suspended himself pretty good.
Yeah, he hung. Hang time was good. I will give him that. Hang time was nice. Power was adequate. So all in all, pretty good. But it didn't get me out of my seat.
Yeah, no.
You know, it didn't have me raising the roof.
We've had a couple. I know. Not that one. And let's look at the final results of the dunk contest. Incredible acrobatics and artistry from this year's champion, Miles Bridges.
And the dunk contest is always special, but this year it was even crazier than we're used to.
Yeah, and there really was a little something extra in the air this year, Clark. These players were in rare form.
And tonight certainly did not disappoint. From the excitement to the energy and, of course, to the jaw-dropping dunks. Now, for Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here on 2K Sports.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement from the coaches to the players to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all the sports, in my opinion. We have the best players in the NBA at the peak of their powers. I mean, I can't wait to see what this year's game has in store for us.
Now a look at the West All-Stars starting lineup. Antetokounmpo out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's James in at the 2.
In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent, and when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
And it's the West All-Stars ball.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
Just 5 to shoot. Leonard finds James. Shoots over Lillard. No good from LeBron.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And KD throws it down.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
LeBron outside. On the wing, Doncic. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
Yeah, that kind of D, pretty typical in this event. Second half may be a different story, but the first half, it's pretty soft.
Now, here's Lillard. KD passes to Towns. Harden with it. There's the lob to Towns. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. Pull up Shea. And that one hits back iron. And here's the fast break. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And finished off by Beal.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
And so James will bring it up for the West All-Stars. Doncic outside. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. James looking it over. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Frank Vogel had a few minutes to share with me. Now he understands the entertainment aspect of this game. He knows the fans want a show, but you can still detect some seriousness in this voice. He wants to win this game, probably a little bit more than he's willing to let on. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And here's Harden. Pass to Durant. No good with the triple. And so Doncic will bring it up for the West All-Stars. And James gets it to go.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
Things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
New players in now for the East. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. And Anthony Davis is checked in for Embiid. Butler comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Russell Westbrook in for LeBron. And Stephen Curry subbed in for Luka Doncic. Rudy Gobert is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the West All-Stars.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention, then takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
And the West All-Stars have possession. Inside, here's Butler, and slam dunk by Butler.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Westbrook against Irving. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That is his first foul of the game. Down low. The kick out to Irving. And Westbrook pulls it down. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Ahead. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Butler.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Now Young. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Outside Irving. Off target from outside. Irving's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Here's Westbrook. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And as usual, neither team really grinding too hard at the defensive end.
And I think that's okay in this event. I mean, I say the more highlights, the better. Nice
Adjustment there, going to the full court press, trying to ratchet up the pressure here a little bit.
Davis dishes to Curry. They double team Curry. And here's Davis for 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
This is what the big-time players in the league do. Anthony Davis just had his team get hit for a three-pointer on defense. He comes right back at him with a 3 of his own. Bang!
Now here's Irving. Six to shoot. It's George on the wing to the paint. Gobert with the block. Here's Butler. Again, the West All-Star.
And Butler knows he's got the green light to shoot whenever he wants to, especially when it's a catch-and-shoot situation.
Irving drives in. Adebayo kicks to Middleton. Bounce pass Young. Here's Irving. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Irving's got 5.
Irving has the touch needed to do damage from just about anywhere, including from there.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. West All-Stars lead by 7. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Welcome back for the second quarter of the main event of All-Star Weekend.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game. And
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, and that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
They've got Paul George. Vucevic is out there with Plumlee. And it's Young. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who the East All-Stars start the second with. Curry against Young. Jacks up a 3. East grabs the miss. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Durant's checked in for the East. Kyrie Irving comes in for Trae Young. The West also making some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. Leonard comes in for Jimmy Butler. And James subbed in for Curry. And it's sent back by George. And the shot goes in from Embiid. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Well, you look at Durant, and it's obvious. He feels like he's got so much more to prove. I mean, he's as driven a player as you'll find in this league. That's part of his greatness.
Catching up on changes for the West. Antetokounmpo comes in for Tatum. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Paul.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Irving against Doncic. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. It's a 5-point game. George looking over the floor. Back to Plumlee. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And the second free throw, good. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the West All-Stars.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
And stolen by James. Here's Leonard. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And it's an 8-point West All-Star lead.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Poked loose. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And there's the whistle, called a clear path foul there. Yep. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw good. Giannis.
You know, what you really like about Antetokounmpo is he wants to keep getting better. I'd say he's accomplished that and then some.
Here's Antetokounmpo. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. And here's Leonard from 3. A shot, no good. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Embiid.
And you know what? Defensively, both teams have picked it up as we've gotten a little deeper into this game.
A little more competitive fire and intensity being shown out there now.
And Giannis throws it down.
How about the springs of this guy, Antetokounmpo, also known as the Greek Freak? I mean, he just gets up off the ground like a rocket on these alley-oop chances.
A big group substitution here for the East. Towns, he's checked in for Vucevic. Bradley Beal comes in for Mason Plumlee. James Harden, he's checked in for George. And Lillard subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
And the amount of space Antetokounmpo covers is really breathtaking. You got to see it to believe it. I mean, he erases shots that you think he has no chance to get to.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Here is Durant. The West All-Stars getting their last shot to go. And a little luck that time, but it drops. KD's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
And Embiid throws it down.
When he's close to the rim, the attitude that Embiid brings is, I'm dunking this thing.
And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. The West All-Stars getting their last shot to go. Towns with it. Leonard picks him up. Here's Lillard. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That's his first foul. Gobert, he's checked in for the West. Russell Westbrook comes in for Leonard. Westbrook finds James. Now Doncic, covered by Lillard. Lets it go. Gobert down low, defended by Towns. And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Here's James after the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end. Here's Giannis. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Giannis has got 9 points.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been awesome.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And we continue to see Beal improve as a playmaker. Beautiful pass there.
From deep three-point range. Not going to go that time. So the East All-Stars will take it the other way. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars. And some changes here for the East. Adebayo is checked in for Towns. Chris Middleton comes in for Kevin Durant. Young is subbed in for Damian Lillard. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Davis is checked in for Rudy Gobert. Jason Tatum comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. Steph Curry is subbed in for James. Harden finds Young. On the wing, Harden, defended by Butler. The kick out to Young. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Davis is so long now. He's about 7'1" in height, but his wingspan is much more than that. Started the transition opportunity with the steal there.
Harden. Great D that time from Westbrook.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
And Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. 15 seconds left to play in the first half. Tatum wide open. He fires one. A three-pointer, no good. It's Harden with the drive.
Phenomenal body control from Harden. Superb at just knifing inside and forcing the defense to whack him.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
One of the hardest and trickiest covers in the league. Harden, not just a superb scorer, but also an amazing passer, which really makes him really hard to guard. Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
And that does it for the first half of play. It's the West All-Stars. They lead by 11. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome to halftime of the All-Star Game. You're watching some incredible talent. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. The Western Conference showing off its All-Star Game chops there in the first half. When the showmanship is ramped up to its highest level, that suits the West just fine. They got a roster that knows how to play the game with flair, and they've been enjoying themselves so far today.
Well, when it comes to a shootout, the Wild West is what it's all about. These guys score in bunches. It's really hard to match up with. The East has tried to put up a fight, but they don't really have the same level of talent as you've seen in the first half.
We know the Western Conference roster is filled with superstars, not just all-stars. But the best of the best in the East aren't going to just go down without a fight. I think the East needs to be a little bit more physical and probably work a little bit harder, and the second half is going to be fun.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
One half remaining in the NBA All-Star Game. Good to have you along on 2K Sports.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
Checking out the group for Frank Vogel to start the second half. They've got Embiid, Antetokounmpo out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's LeBron James. And it's Doncic in at the point guard position.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Leonard. The pass to Doncic to the inside. Stolen by Middleton. George with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. And then Durant with the jam.
Durant's a pleasure to watch moving in transition. So fluid and always under control.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the West All-Star. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. James, the pass to Embiid. James against George. Passes it to Leonard. 5 on the clock. Embiid from outside. No good that time. The East All-Stars go the other way with it. Doncic against Middleton. Embiid with the steal. And here we go. LeBron heading to the hoop. And James throws it down.
Well, he's got such a good understanding of when to go after the steals. Excellent instincts defensively from Embiid there.
KD against Antetokounmpo. Right side Durant. No good off the front iron.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Durant. Durant against Doncic. And Durant sends it back.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
And there's Paul George on the assist by KD. Durant's got 3 assists tonight. On offense, here are the West All-Stars. 13-point lead. Elbow shot is on the way. He squares up and sinks it. Doncic has got 8.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
And the East All-Stars call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Adebayo. Vucevic comes in for Kevin Durant. And Lillard subbed in for Chris Middleton. The East All-Stars have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
And, you know, the versatile George does so many things well. High-octane player who I think gives you intensity at both ends of the court.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. George against Leonard. Here's Embiid. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, Embiid wants to own the inside on both sides of the floor. He is a force in the paint and relishes hitting those boards.
The free throw drops for Embiid. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game. And they need to avoid that.
Now, here is Irving. He has 5. Towns kicks to Irving. To the wing on the left. 3-pointer, Lillard. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Kicks it out to Leonard from 18 feet away. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 5th assist in this one. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Looking at who's out there now for the West. Davis has checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Russell Westbrook comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And Curry subbed in for Luka Doncic. Irving with a clean look. And the 3 off target.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage.
Oh, jam!
Are you kidding me?
Nasty. And these fans are getting treated to just some amazing aerial action in this game.
And that's the way it should be, right? I mean, it's All-Star Week. You don't lay it in, you punch it in.
Tatum, he's checked in for the West. Butler comes in for James. Now, here is Irving. Here's George. He kicks it to Lillard. And they get it. And it's George missing. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Tatum, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Tell you what, that's impressive strength there from Tatum. You got to respect that. Even when you try to wrap him up, he finds a way to score.
Timeout called, East All-Star.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys, if for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the East All-Stars. To the middle. Towns kicks to Lillard. There's a minute 47 left in the third. And stolen by Tatum. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop.
Oh, watch out for low. Come on now. Woo. Throw it down. Boy, that time Russell Westbrook going for the spectacular with a little extra pizzazz.
And finished off by Westbrook.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now here's Irving. He has 5. It's stolen by Curry. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball.
Boy, you what? Westbrook play, and he seems like he's relentlessly hungry and borderline angry. He never settles, always in full attack mode.
A big group substitution here for the East. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Vucevic. Beal comes in for George. James Harden, he's checked in for Irving. And Trae Young subbed in for Lillard. Now, here is Young. Towns, the pass to Harden. And no good, the dry spell continuing for him.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Plumlee dishes to Young. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Outside for Beal. 5 to shoot. The 3.
And they aren't giving up the same types of looks we saw in the first half, making them earn their points now.
The kick outside to Butler. outside Westbrook. Westbrook double team. Back to Butler. Puts up a three. East grabs the miss. Harden outside. Pass to Towns. Shoots over Curry. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And so it's the West All-Stars up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job shutting down James Harden. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Well, we're back on a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star game.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star game, is there?
Bradley Beal is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Harden. Then there's Plumlee. And it's Young in at the point. That's the five out there for the East All-Stars. Here's Curry after the made shot from Bradley Beal. They double-team Curry. Stolen by Harden. Fires from 18. Misses off the left iron.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Curry against Harden. Three-pointer, Butler. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Here's Beal. Lays it up and banks it in. Beal's got 4 points in the quarter.
Can't let Beal get that comfortable because he's so efficient once he gets in that area.
Paul passes to Gobert. Back to Paul. And one of the major pushes from NBA players was to get more people, Clark, out to vote.
Love it, Kevin. Again, creativity. Clearly, this circumstance and the climate of our country, the platform that NBA players and all athletes have to be able to voice their concerns and inspire and encourage and help others become aware of things that are not right and what we can do to influence and inspire change. All of that is part of our responsibility as human beings to try to live right and do right by others. The things I've seen from the players in their agitation and activation and commitment is inspiring and is compelling me to think about how I can be more and be better and do more and do better.
And it's the East with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound in this one. On the wing, Harden. Shoots from the baseline. Almost, but it rolls out.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Tatum finds Curry, and he gets it to go.
And I have great appreciation for the IQ of Stephen Curry. I mean, once the ball hits his hands, guys, you know he's thinking about letting it go.
Now, here is Harden. To the paint, pulls it up. That's good from Beal on the assist by Harden.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Got a piece of it. Now here's Paul. Curry fires from way outside. Again, Curry missing.
And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him. Trying to shut the door on this one.
And the effortless shooting motion. Young's three-point jumper is just poetry in motion and has it on automatic.
And here's Gobert following the three-pointer by Trae Young. They double-team Curry. Gobert the pass to Paul. And a deep three from Curry. Again, Curry missing.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Harden, no good.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
A shot like that is a polite way to say, hey, coach, bench me.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
Here's Curry. James Harden picking up that last basket. Butler passes to Curry. Out to the right wing. Paul kicks to Curry. From deep. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
That three ball of Curry deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
Now, here is Young. It's Young on the wing. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Curry fires from way outside. And out of bounds. The East All-Stars will have it. And the East All-Stars with some changes. Vucevic checked in for Bradley Beal. And it's Paul George in for James Harden. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's LeBron in for Curry. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Beal's checked in for the East. Curry's checked in for the West. There's Beal with the three. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Boy, Vucevic, so solid in all fundamentals of the game, and really an outstanding passer for a big guy.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. .125 left in the fourth quarter.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
On its way from Curry for two. East grabs the miss. Plumlee's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. 20 feet out. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
And I'm sorry, but the D's got to know where Beal is at all times, especially when he's leaking out in transition.
Outside Tatum. Left side Curry. Great D that time from Vucevic. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Curry against Young. Curry attacking. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And sometimes it's as simple as this. Throw it up anywhere near Gobert, and he's going to finish it.
Young looking it over. Off target from three-point range.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here.
Now here's Gobert. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And here's the East. They're on a 16-7 run. Down low. Outside for Beal. Pass to George. Vucevic dishes to George. Off target with the open look. So no problem for the West All-Stars as they get the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our All-Star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.